Hi everyone, my name is Rodrigo Salhe, and with my partner Carlos Farid, we will be talking about Lance Armstrong and the Livestrong Foundation rising again after the fall. Lance Armstrong was one of the most celebrated athletes in the world, a seven-time Tour de France winner and a cancer survivor who inspired millions. However, in 2012, his career and reputation collapsed after being found guilty of doping. This not only cost him his titles and reputation, but also led to the loss of seven major sponsors, putting the future of his foundation, Livestrong, at risk.
Armstrong was born in 1971 in Texas. From a young age, he showed determination and strength, influenced by his mother's never give up attitude. He began competing in triathlons at just 13 and quickly rose to prominence in professional cycling. But in 1996, at the height of his career, he was diagnosed with stage 3 of testicular cancer that had spread to his brain and his lungs. Miraculously, after surgery and chemotherapy, he survived and came back stronger than ever. Between 1999 and 2005, Armstrong won 7 consecutive Tour de France titles and became a global symbol of resilience. During this time, he founded the Livestrong Foundation to support cancer survivors, raising over 500 million for research and support programs.
In 2012, everything changed. The US Anti-Doping Agency released evidence proving Armstrong had used performance-enhancing drugs. As a result, he was stripped of all his titles, banned from professional sports, and dropped by his sponsors, Nike, Trek, Anheuser-Busch, and others, losing about 75 million in a single day. This scandal threatened the very existence of the Livestrong Foundation, which relied heavily on Armstrong's image and corporate sponsorships.
To solve this problem, we apply design thinking to give this problem a solution. Number one, emphasize. Understand the perspective of key stakeholders. In this case, cancer patients, donors, employees, and sponsors. They value Livestrong not because of Armstrong, but because of its mission to help cancer survivors. The goal should be to reconnect with that emotional purpose. Number two, define. The core problem is that Livestrong reputation and funding are collapsing due to its association with Lance Armstrong scandal. The challenge is to rebuild public trust and financial stability without depending on strong personal brand. Number three, ideate. Brainstorm potential solutions. Rebrand Livestrong as an independent organization, removing Armstrong names completely. Engage celebrity cancer survivors and ambassadors who embody hope and integrity. Partner with healthcare institutions, universities, and NGOs instead of relying on sports sponsorship. Launch transparency campaigns showing exactly how donations are used to support patients.
4. Prototype. Implement small-scale initiatives like introducing community programs like Livestrong at the YMCA to support physical recovery. Strengthen online engagement through livestrong.org to reach global audiences and share survivor stories. And create merchandise campaigns focused on hope rather than Armstrong himself. And finally, 5. Test. Monitor results, track public trust, donations, and volunteer engagement. Adjust these strategies based on community feedback. Over time, these actions could reposition Livestrong as a trusted survivor-driven movement, no longer dependent on one man's reputation, but on a collective mission. Lance Armstrong's story teaches us that even from failure, innovation, and empathy can spark renewal. By applying design thinking, the Livestrong Foundation can continue to support millions of cancer survivors, proving that resilience isn't just about winning races, but about rebuilding lives. Thank you so much for watching. Bueno, ese es nuestro video. Si quieren, yo les puedo ayudar a compartir su Canva
Por
para que
favor.
Sí.
presenten. Sí, sí. A ver. Wait. Ok, 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 ok. Y aquí. Y aquí. ¿Se ve o no se ve?
Listo.
Sí se ve. Dale, pues.
Bueno, this is Sansa in Colombia. Next, please.
Bueno, have you ever imagined what the book would be if Sansa was from Colombia?
We'll show you right away.
If Sansa were Colombia, instead of living in Prague, she was living in Medellin.
In Colombia, Sansa, instead of waking up out of nowhere, would wake up with an avocado seller. If Sansa were Colombian, instead of waking up confused in a cold room, he would wake up sweating in an apartment in Medellin.
If Sansa were Colombia, instead of drinking cup from Europe, she would drink coffee and milk the vendedor. If Sansa were Colombia, instead of eating bread with cheese, he would eat arepa with street.
If Sansa were Colombian, instead of struggling to get up from the floor, she would cling to a plastic chair of the edge of her bed to get up.
Sansa were Colombia, instead of being visited via locksmith. He would be helped by a young woman for the neighbor. If Sansa were Colombia, instead of obtaining his tea, he would often eat coffee with a milk and empanada. If Sansa were Colombia, instead of being seen as a stranger, people will call him weird, but they will still often him for help.
And if Sansa were Colombian, instead of getting nervous with the presence of the locksmith, he would have been attracted and flirted with her.
Finish.
Thank you.
Bueno, perfecto. Voy a dejar de grabar.